guys, this is Random Stuff with Alex Hughes. Decided to shoot a video updating. I believe this is either day 13 or day 14, about 2 weeks of the self transformation challenge. And I want to provide you with an update. So today I woke up and I woke up a bit later than usual. I've been noticing my sleep routine, for example, has been a little bit off. I would say I'm having a bit trouble going to sleep. I would say just trying to get my mind to kind of wind down for the night. However, what I was thinking is I probably am doing too much before sleep, so my body is like, you know, doing things, and you know, then I expect myself to go right to sleep. I need to change that routine a bit. Um, so I did wake up and I did a cold shower and I had my vitamins. And then what I had for breakfast was about two slices of bread with some peanut butter on it. And then I had a bit of smoothie. And then I ended up excuse me, I had smoothie, the bread, and then I had that thing that I made um was like the kind of like pear cornbread type thing, and I had some cherries. And so after that, I went on my walk, and it wasn't anything unusual. I didn't see any coyotes. Um, there was a bit more people. I think I only saw like one or two people walking, but I actually got into the city area, and then I walked back up East Vista Way, and I was watching videos about cutting out TV, and how TV is kind of like programming us and whatnot. Um, to be honest, I haven't really watched too much TV ever since I did the NoFap journey 4 years ago. I watched a lot of TV then, but I've been gradually cutting it down over the years, and I kind of stuck. Actually, what I will say though is that a couple years ago, I was watching a lot more TV because I recorded stuff on DVR, and I was like thinking to myself, man, I haven't watched TV for a while. So I thought I was missing out, on like Pawn Stars. I think it was like Dirty Jobs I was watching. Um, and then, so yeah, those were kind of the shows that I felt like I was missing out on, and I would spend the morning basically watching TV. And to be honest, during the summer about 2 years ago or so, I had a job, and then right before that job, I would spend like maybe like 3 hours, about 3 hours just watching TV, and Yard Crashers was a big thing that I watched. And it was crazy. Now that I think of it, and then some of the videos I was watching is like they're talking about how Americans watch. Depending, I think a long time ago, maybe like 10 years ago, there was a lot more people watching TV, but less so now. Um, and how much that adds up over the year and over your lifetime. So for me, it's like I think I can cut it out because a lot of the programs, even the ones that are kind of motivational, like Restaurant Impossible, The Profit, um, even Bar Rescue, the idea is they want to transform these people who are struggling, but the way they do it is a lot of yelling and kind of negativity, to be honest. A lot of tense moments, which is great for TV, but what you're putting into your brain, has a large impact on your reality. So for me, I think I might just cut it all out and just focus on what I'm doing, so that like after this 30 days, like in the morning, I'll stick to doing a walk. And so instead of about hour and a half of watching TV or watching a movie, for example, I'm instead going out there and getting exercise and getting fresh air in the morning. That was actually something. Now that I think of it, there was actually something I wanted to do where, right after watching TV, I would do like a morning walk or 5 minutes or something. I've been trying to do jogging. That was something that I had on my PDA, which I lost almost like 2 years ago now, where I was like jog 5 minutes a day, and I honestly never got around to that. So I'm glad I'm actually doing the walk in the morning, about 2 hours, or no, hour and a half. I was also watching one about rap music, and so this morning I spent time just cleaning out my playlist of songs that were kind of pretty negative, I would say. about selling drugs and shooting and you know, women and very kind of mature themes. I wouldn't say mature, but kind of immature themes. So yeah, I did spend time doing that. I did my qigong routine, and then I ended up let's see, I did the meditation, the breathing one, and then I ended up yeah, I left around 11 o'clock after having some lunch, and luckily for me, I was thinking of having like 3 tacos. But I decided to just do two because I felt full enough. And then I had a bit of smoothie. And then I ended up I finished off that oat thing that I made. But yeah, that's something that I've been kind of working on is reducing my portion sizes because sometimes I can eat a lot at lunch and then by the time I get home I'm still full. Like right now I still feel full, and that's pretty crazy because I love food, so not eating as much as I used to is kind of crazy, because I'm so used to like eat. So yeah, I ended up going over to the gym. It was great because I was practicing my mindful awareness, and I have to be honest that sometimes it can be a bit difficult to get your mind to clear out and just to be aware of the present moment, because thoughts are always coming up. And this was before the transformation journey. I was thinking about how am I going to be successful, how am I going to make this money, how am I going to all these kind of stressful to-do list stuff that was on my head. And to actually quiet your mind down and just to focus on the wind or the birds or the just the sounds around you is a lot of willpower. But the affirmations I'm doing is that I'm in control of my thoughts, and I'm in control of my reality, and therefore, the thoughts are my own, and I have the choice of what thoughts I want to think, and I can delete thoughts. If I don't want thoughts anymore, then I can let them go. But it's a little bit hard when, you're obsessing about things, and the thought turns into an obsession. Either you're thinking so much about what you got to do today, or your job, or how you're going to make money, and so, I gotta let some of those thoughts go because they don't serve a purpose now. And now that I'm, old enough, and I feel like I'm a lot more normal than I was definitely when I was, still in school, K through 12. So, I gotta let those thoughts go, but it's gonna take time. So, yeah, I ended up doing that, and I got over to the gym, and it actually felt great after the workout. I had this kind of tension and a little bit of uneasiness, but after doing the weights and all those repetitions, I felt like, wow, a little bit of the energy was spent. I was transmuting my energy, and it felt awesome. And then I ended up after that, I went over to Lucadia. So I took the sprinter over to the transit station, took the 101, and each time that I was kind of waiting for the bus, I just do mindful awareness just to practice and to kind of toughen up my mind. And I ended up taking the bus down to Lucadia. I walked over to this kind of nice park, a lot of great green space. The thing with Lucadia, a lot of train tracks and not a lot of crossings for pedestrians. So, I was able to get some walking done, but I spent about maybe 2 hours or so just shooting hoops. This court was great because the pavement was nice, and also the the hoop itself was great because I was able to yeah, the hoop was great because I don't know, I felt like I could actually make some baskets. I was making some really good baskets, especially close, like the was it 2 point shot line. Even some out there. It took a lot more energy to do like a free throw shot or kind of just outside of like the closer shots. But yeah, I was listening to Gabe talk about how much water to drink, which is pretty insane amounts. I was also listening to his fruitarian because I'm thinking about doing the smoothie thing again next week because of the energy that I received. Like I said, he's right. The energy you get from a mainly fruit based um, like diet, it's insane, and then I go back to regular food and I feel like I have less energy and I feel kind of weighted down. But this, it's like you have this energy that's sustainable throughout the day. So I ended up I ended up what else did I? Yeah, I ended up going over to the beach. I walked over to, I think it's South Carlsbad State Beach, and I kind of spent the time doing a little bit of meditation, but also listening to videos about my sleep routine, how to improve that, and I'm thinking about just needing to wind down a little bit earlier because, thinking about going to sleep at 9 o'clock. Just winding down, and not being so amped up before bed, and having all this blue light and yeah, I ended up taking the sprinter back and I did some meditation. But I think what I learned today was just about controlling my thoughts and controlling my emotions because that's super crucial to, I think, living a more calm life. That's something that I've always kind of dreamed about, besides the money and having a nice house and having things that improve my life. It's all about just the peace of mind. That's something that I've been chasing for years, just being able to control my thoughts and to be able to let go of the thoughts that I know are garbage, that I know are irrelevant in my life, but it's just tricky to get that through when you have so much emotional and attachment and history attached to the thoughts. So I want to be able to let it go and not just debate it anymore, not to engage in those thoughts, just to let it go. Just let the thoughts go. And each time it comes up, detach the emotions from those thoughts. And eventually the thoughts won't bother you anymore because there's no more emotion. And then the longer the time is you have from that thought, you realize how ridiculous it was from, before. Like I remember, just looking back at my nofap stuff and I'm like, why was I even bothered by that? Why was I even attached to it? But in that moment, you feel that attachment because there's so much emotional energy. And so that's what I'm doing now is I'm trying to develop a kind of a distance away from the thoughts so that way I can gain more perspective on those thoughts rather than just being caught up in that emotional loop. So, yeah, I look forward to tomorrow. I'll probably go to the beach again. Every single day I'm going out. I'm going to the gym. I'm uh I'm doing the walk. Um, I'm doing so yeah. I'm doing the gym. I'm doing the walk. I'm going to shoot hoops. I'm taking my supplements. I'm doing cold showers. I'm drinking. Well, I'm trying to drink as much water as as was recommended, but I'll have to keep working on that one. But doing chamomile tea, and it's all about trying to get that peace of mind and trying to control my thoughts. And eventually, I know I'm gonna get there. It's just I got to keep putting that idea out there. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for I believe day 14 or 15. And I hope you guys have a great night.